All right, we're good to go. Welcome back, everybody, to a Thursday night stream, another makeup stream. It was a crazy busy day yesterday, and I was trying to get Forrest to sleep before the stream, and I was falling asleep before he was. So uh, I figured I would save all of us and just go ahead and move it to tonight. So appreciate everybody joining me. Raphael, Red, Pete, Deborah, good to see everybody. So, last week, I want to make sure Jim is here before we dive into it. Last week, we talked about looking at a digital layout of a zine that Jim sent in, and I was going to use the iPad. I've since figured out a better way to go about it, just doing it through screen sharing and using the preview of the zine layout. Awesome. Jim just popped in. Good to see you. We will dig into it in just a minute. Love the hair. Thank you. Matt Seal. Good to see you, dude. Remo. Brendan, g'day, Matt and the faithful crew. Appreciate the inspiration since discovering your work and especially these lives. It's inspired me to embark on a home project that's been staring at me for years. Hell yeah. I love to hear it. That's what these are for. How's that F2 treating you? Take a guess, Matt Seal. Take a guess. We're in the playoff season right now. I thought football season was going to be over this late into the month. And last night, Elliot's team knocked out the number one team in the playoffs. So the season continues. We just got back from football practice a little bit ago, and he has another game coming up this weekend. So the time has been very scarce lately, especially since picking up the new JOB. What's up, Matt? All the Matts in the chat tonight. So I mentioned earlier that Jim sent in a zine that was a digital, or we're going to be looking at it digitally rather than physically here in front of us, because it's a PDF of a zine that he made while on a workshop. And I want to talk more about that whole idea as we look into it. I'm just clearing out some things to make sure everything runs as it should. Turn that off. Okay. I think. Beautiful. All right. 5 frames per second. All right. So, the way I have this set up should be like this. And I should still be able to see the chat, so let me move that over. This is a new one for me to do the screen sharing and still be able to see what's going on here in the chat. So I'm trying to manage all of these windows on just this one monitor. So how's it going? It's going well. Things are going well. It's been a very busy month. It feels crazy that it's already halfway over, but it's been good. So, briefly, you're going to see OBS, and now if I go over here to preview, I can no longer see OBS, but you all should be seeing this portion right here on screen. If I can just get confirmation on that in the chat before we move forward, so that I know everything is running smoothly. Like, there's no reason for OBS to like start going off in the background for any reason, but I'm going into this blind here, so we're all trying this for the first time. I want to learn something like a good system like this for sharing things digitally as well, because that could just open up all kinds of possibilities to what we can do here on the stream. So having an extra monitor would probably be helpful. But What we're going to be taking a look at is Echo by Jim Orsetti. Jim is in the chat, a regular here on the weekly live streams, and he sent this in and shared a little bit of context behind it. And essentially, this was made on a workshop, so actual time constraint altogether in putting this whole thing together, from shooting the photos. And yes, Jim, this should be, yes, 2-page display. I got you. So I want to talk more about that as we go through it, but let's just start flipping through here, and see if I go through this way. Okay. So this is going to be a 2-page view. Let me see. You all still seeing this? Is that size appropriate? Nothing's getting cut off here? Just let me know. Yeah, we'll jump back here. And then, Jim, as we flip through this, if you have any additional information, things that you want to share as we look through this, by all means, share away in the chat. Further context, anything like that. But this is all from a workshop where Jim was under a time constraint to not only make the photos over the course of a few days, but also cull through everything, edit everything, put something together, and make something. So that idea to me is fascinating because it's such a difficult thing to try and do in such a short amount of time. So I would love to hear more about that experience from you, Jim. Hey, what's up, Matthew? Liking the Thursday lives. You know, right now it's nice that I can kind of shift things from night to night as needed with the family, and the usual crowd seems to be still here, so that's nice. Quaid, what's up? Good to see you. So I like, hold on, I'm gonna, I have thoughts and things that I want to share, but I'm gonna flip through it first. Jim, it took me a couple days just to acclimate to a totally different culture, then try and see a vision. Yeah, Jim, remind me where you're located. Are you in Canada? I can't remember. I really like this one. That reflection of the lines almost looks like a anamorphic lens flare. Tokyo. Oh, Tokyo. Why was I thinking Canada? Wait, Jim, you're located in Tokyo? That's what I'm asking, where you like regularly stay. I like this one here too. Northern California. Okay, that's probably what I was. Okay, that makes sense. This one here, I'm so curious about, just with that color, if that was just a processing thing, or I think you mentioned these were all digital though, if I remember right. Q3 and Nikon Z9, if I remember right from the email, Jim. Yeah, Matthew, these were a workshop that he took in Tokyo. So the workshop was several days, uh, 3 or 4 days, I think. Um, to not only make the photos but edit things down, put something together, and make a self-published book out of it. Z9Q2. Okay, that's right. We got a cricket out here in the barn. I don't know if you all can hear that. I really like this one right here too. Oops, let me move that. There we go. There we go. Awesome, dude. So I want to go back through a little bit some of the things, because Jim, I'm curious what your takeaways were having released or you know, put everything together in such a short amount of time. Are there things that you would change, or things that you learned in the process that maybe in hindsight or next time around, like what are some of your takeaways to kind of finish it but have the time now to look back on it? Because I can see, I mean, one, like congrats on making something in such a short amount of time, because that's a challenge, especially when it's like, I would imagine for myself, the idea of that pressure and only having that time and knowing I have to do it, I would get into my head very easily. So, but one of the things I noticed as I was going through is that I see a few different, like similar, repeating styles and feels that almost feel like they could be a part of like individual series or little vignettes, if that makes sense. So this shot right here, the, you know, shallow focus, sort of like very atmospheric, you know what I mean? It has a definite like feel to it. And even this one right here on this side, this shot right here as well. I think this with the phone shot right there could be really interesting, one after another. There's something about these like really close and shallow focus photos that all have a really nice feel to it. And then some of the wider shots, which are nice for establishing and everything, I think those all fit well together. Phone booth was 50. Oh, okay, gotcha. 50 millimeter f1.2 on the phone booth. Yeah. Yeah, I like that one a lot. That really just reflective light when you get to just that right angle there, where it just blinds you. Yeah, I like that one. And then even this one too. Like these feel, style-wise, I'm assuming these were probably Q2. Most were 24 to 120 S on the Z9. That's a lens I've wanted to pick up just for the versatility, especially for a video lens. But I think on a lot of jobs, it would come in handy. Oh, Z9 for these as well. Well, that makes sense with the 24 to 120. But yeah, the black and white, these wider, more dramatic shots, and even this, like, it feels like you've got a lot of kind of different directions you could go with this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? This one works really nice as that 2-page spread. That's awesome. Struck by the guy's soul coming apart. Pull that back up. Oh yeah, right there on the front. That's awesome. Very nice, Jim. I appreciate you sharing that with us, and especially all the additional information as well. If you can, tell us more about kind of your takeaway from something like that. Because taking a workshop like that, I've taken one, let me think. I think just the one photography workshop, and it was a large format workshop with Matt Marash before I knew him. And that wasn't anything like this intensive, you know what I mean? So there are workshops and kind of photo retreat things that are out there a lot. And I've never taken one, but I feel like if I had more time, it's something I would like to do, just to learn, especially a lot of alternative printing workshops. There are a bunch that I've wanted to do. But something like that where you're going out and making something, I'm curious what your thoughts were, having gone through it, and again, kind of like having that time after releasing it. What would you change? Because I know for me personally, anything that I finish after any amount of time since releasing it, I can go back and look at things and maybe not immediately find things that I would change, but kind of see different ideas or just different ways I could go about it or could have gone about it. So, yeah. Intense pressure, and I'm horrible at coming up with ideas for a project, but when you're in it, it's all passion. Absolutely. And that's the most, like, in a situation like that, shoot anything and everything that, even remotely interests you. You can always edit later, but getting into your head and overthinking things, that's how I operate most of the time, so I can relate to that. Excuse me. But yeah, if you all have any book recommendations or requests, anything you'd like to see, let me know. I did not have anything at the P.O. Box Monday, but that was the last time I got in there. So it's been a very busy week. So let me know if there's anything you guys want to look at tonight. Did you catch the book Thomas Pryor and Daniel Arnold just put out together? It's about the last days of an 80-year-old printing press that they produced the book at. Lots of parallels to the paper mill. No, I didn't. I will, let me see here. Save that for later to look into it. Loose Joints Publishing, the last book. Oh, wow. That's super cool. Yeah, good looking out, Jeff. New book by Daniel Arnold and Thomas Pryor, Loose Joints. Check it out. Here, I'll put this in the chat. There we go. That looks really rad. I might want to pick that up. Tim, what's up, dude? Would love to do workshops or something like the Chico photo review, but I'm a nervous wreck. Yeah, you and me both, dude. I fully get it. I just picked up my first Z-mount lens recently and just used it for the first time tonight. Oh my god, the difference in sharpness and focusing speed is wild. Yeah, if you've been only adapting the f-mount lenses, that's going to be a major change. It's too bad some images didn't have smell-o-vision because the food smells from the neighborhood were amazing. I bet, man. Witness to Beauty. Yeah, we can check out Witness to Beauty. Okay, there it is. Let me see here. never going to turn down a Sage Sawyer book. Raise this up a little bit. Witness to Beauty by Sage Sawyer. If you've never seen it, this is a book that Sage Sawyer made images of and about her mom, her relationship with her mom. Let me read this here. For a brief period in her youth, my mother was a model photographed by Richard Avedon and Irving Penn, and once on the cover of Life magazine, as we just saw. As a child, I grew up as a witness to her beauty. I used to lie on her bed with the dogs and watch her try on clothes and study herself critically in the mirror. As I grew older, there was no use competing with her, and so I assumed my position quite happily on the other side of the camera. And so we start off here, Washington, D.C., 1980. We've got some family photo albums of her mom. Some of her modeling career. Oh, Tim, good looking out. Pick up a cheap USB-C monitor, then you can share screen and still use your OBS. I should use the iPad, yeah. I'll try using the iPad for that, because I really haven't been using that thing for much at all lately. It's become a dedicated streaming device. So these are all, you know, from that album, but this is where Sage's work really begins. This is Sage right here. You'll see a lot of these photos. She's in them. This is 1 month before facelift, 1 week after facelift, 2 months after facelift. Sage joining them in the bleaching ritual. Hey, what's up, Javier? If you're just joining, we are taking a look at Witness to Beauty by Sage Sawyer, who also has a new book out with, is it Stanley Barker? Is that right? Or Nasrali Press? I think it might be Nasrali Press. Oh, Corey, I just now saw your message earlier. Diane Keaton died. She edited that photo book, Dead of Night, we talked about a stream or so ago. I had no idea. This is one of my favorites. That color is just so good. Witness to Beauty by Sage Sawyer. Very, very different from a lot of her other books that we've looked at on stream, especially like American Scene, Animals, Passing Time, the newest one that's coming out. But that's one of my favorites. Just all photos that only she could make. And that dynamic, especially, it's just fascinating. So, yeah, definitely a good one, Evan. Good call on that one. I hope you enjoyed it. Watched your last stream. I'm glad you're liking work. I'm also liking my new job. Hell yeah. Thank you, Javier. I'm glad you're enjoying yours as well. It's very refreshing to have some sort of routine, that you don't have to decide. You know what I mean? That's at least what I've been enjoying. Let's see. Saketh, would you be interested to check out my zine I handmade recently? I can send over the PDF. Absolutely. Send it over, email matt@mattdayphoto.com, and yeah, we can take a look at it. If you have a physical handmade one that you want to send in, like the actual handmade version of it, you can send that to the P.O. box, but the PDF would work as well. Does anybody else have any book recommendations they'd like? Javier, that's exactly it. I show up every day. I work. My head is empty. What's not to love? Yeah, that's like just unplugging and putting on my headphones, listening to something while I'm sanding for hours is, yeah, it's nice. There's something nice about it. Which is funny because that was part of the issue Dard was having with finding someone who would be willing to just mostly do sanding. Like every day is a little bit different, but like today was a day where there was a lot of sanding. Yesterday, not as much, but I enjoyed it. What's some deep cut you've got on that bookshelf? Let me see. Deep cut. Let me think of something that maybe I haven't shared before. Let me think. Let me think for a minute. I don't know about deep cut, but this is one that I don't know if I've ever shared, and I think it would be a fun one on stream. This is Tim Davis, I'm Looking Through You. Is anyone familiar with this one at all? I'm trying to remember just off the top of my head if also check out the sides of the pages here. Isn't that nice? That's fun. This is a wild one. So, I think this will be a good one for sharing. Let me raise this a little bit. Okay. This is, this book is a trip. I was going to say, there's a lot here. I'm not going to read all of it because there is a lot, but this is a fun one for me when I just need like instant satisfaction with just flipping through a book to get my eyes like, I don't know how to describe it. I think you'll get what I mean. It's just, let me adjust this real quick. There we go. I don't want to blow the highlights on this. But the book, it's very all over the place and just, I don't know. I don't know the word or the way that I'm trying to put it. That's so good. It's just a really fun book. I feel like you would have to be like, what? There's just a lot of really odd and like, what is going on to a lot of it. But just visually, it's so good. Everything, just everything that's being noticed and recognized. Like the way that looks like a human head off of this shoe silhouette, you know, side profile of a guy looking that way. it's just this like never not looking, you know? It feels like you're just, I don't know, the amount of photos you have to take to be constantly getting uh, some of the photos that just feel so random. This right here, at first, I was like, oh my God. But then if you look closer, there's a camera dolly right there, another one over here. So it's a film set of some kind, but it's a wild photo to just flip into. Jeff, this is like pure uncanny valley eye stimulus. Yeah, well said. Um, Evan, I don't know if this makes sense, but the sequencing is like a David Lynch movie. The logic is almost like a non sequitur to the viewer and only makes sense in the photographer's head. Yeah, that's I think like the way everything just bounces around from all sorts of subject matter. Um, like just the odds of someone stopping to do their makeup real quick on this mirror outside, you know, probably set out just for trash pickup. Very intentional composing. Yeah, like I think that's sometimes what like just what trips me out is that especially when it's these like seemingly random and not slow moments, they're still framed like obviously not all of them. You know what I mean? Like this isn't something that looks like it was needed to be taken in an instant. I mean, hell, it could have been taken out a car window. I have no idea, but uh, some of the things in here they feel so spontaneous, yet everything is composed so meticulously. I am in the dork room. Wait a minute, please. Assuming this is a printing place, they mean dark room, but sucker stuck to the wall. Some of these give me the same sensation as looking at a weird AI image, which I mean in the least disparaging way possible. No, I know what you mean. It's the like random like mixing of different things in some of the photos where, or at least just in some of the sequences where, yeah, it's it's taking all of these different things and combining it into one. That is such a strong photo. Department of Water and Power. And then the truck right in front of it with this like lush greenhouse in front of that landscape. So good. Love it. Well, I remember there was some wild stuff in here. There's some wild hogs in this one. Got to be careful what books I randomly just flip through. You asked for deep cuts. That's a deep cut. It's this like juxtaposition of all of these different aspects of life and levels to it. I don't know. It's acknowledging the chaos, absurdity, beauty, like all of the the whole range, you know? In a book like this, where there isn't a strong theme tying it all together, how do you lay them out? How would you decide if you want to leave a page blank? So I won't say there's no theme, because we haven't read the context at the beginning there, um, and I know, I'm sure Tim Davis has things that he would be able to explain. But to answer your question on without having a theme, or if there is no theme to lay something out, how would you go about it? I think my opinion would just have to be going off of just pure visual flow. You know, you wouldn't be necessarily trying to change or control or guide an emotion necessarily. It would be a bit more not necessarily like arbitrary, because you would still want to have some flow there, but yeah, I think you would just have to rely heavily on the flow going from photo to photo, just based on how the image looks and feels, tonally, I guess. Bar fight as artist statement. So again, there's all kinds of stuff here that this is a good book to pick up. I would recommend for sure. If you're enjoying the photos, it would definitely be worth picking up to see the photos in person in print for yourself, obviously, but also all of the extra context and supporting another artist. Developing your art practice to have an eye like this is really impressive, even if the output isn't to everyone's taste. I love, check out Tim Davis on Instagram. I don't know his handle off the top of my head, but I love following him. I just always appreciate his eye, like all of the time. It seems like he's sharing new stuff, old stuff, everything, whatever it may be. Every time he shares something, I'm always like, that's him. He has a very, very unique eye, and yeah, seems incredibly disciplined with it. This little bit of red here and here in these frames. I love that. Yeah, that's that's right. Thank you, Evan. At all that Tim Davis. Yeah, that's his Instagram handle. I should have remembered that. I should also note that uh, me being a sucker for portrait orientation photos, it's another reason I love this book, because I love shooting vertically. Has phone photography cheapened vertical for you, or is it good enough in its own right? Yeah, you gotta get this book because it's just reading the beginning of it. I'm old enough to admit that I'm pretty good at photography. I'm like good at it. I know how to wrestle or squeeze significance out of almost any situation. It is one of my few consistent beliefs that there is an infinite amount of significance in the universe, an almost bottomless well of telltale to draw from. That's what I'm talking about. This book is full of that. And yeah, you got to pick this one up. Tim Davis, I'm looking through you. If you haven't, if you enjoyed that one, pick it up in person. It's definitely worth it. Has phone photography cheapened vertical for me, or is it good enough in its own right? I think the way social media has sort of guided people to embrace vertical, especially for video, I don't love that. Um, Video, I don't like vertical. I understand you have to do it that way because the beautiful system in place requires that. But for photography, I've always appreciated composing vertically, usually with a 4:3 or 4:5 aspect ratio. 3:2 is it's a little too narrow and tall for me at times when I'm shooting, but um, in general, I've just always liked shooting in vertical orientation, and so like iPhone or phone photography in general. I don't think it's really made a difference for me, but vertical video and every app, like Instagram needing to use other apps to make sure your shit doesn't get cropped or whatever. All of that stuff is annoying, but it hasn't really changed anything for me in terms of like how I view it, because I've enjoyed that before, phone photography was a thing. I sent you my zine PDF, and I'll also make a copy for you. Oh, amazing. Thank you. We'll open it up here on stream. Matthew, what's up? Damn, I'm late. Hope I didn't miss much. We took a look at Jim's a PDF of Jim's book that he made from a workshop in Tokyo. And we just took a look at Tim Davis, I'm Looking Through You. And we also took a look at Sage Sawyer, Witness to Beauty. So you got a few, but there's always the replay. Hopefully vertical will outlive social media. Oh yeah, people will always, compose things however. I am curious what will happen with social media in general. I don't know. I feel like it's not good. Everything is so not what it used to be, and I don't want to just be the old guy yelling at the clouds, but yeah, I don't know. Every app has a curated feed that's like the default function of the app now is just like, well, we're just going to show you some stuff we think you'll like. It'll be fine. It's like, all right. Some apps give you the option to like have a tab to where it's just what you're actually following, but why do I have to navigate to that to see the things that I use the app for? Like, I didn't download the app for the random things. Download the app to see specific people, because that's where I follow them. You know what I mean? I don't need dude, the AI videos were so cooked with how easily people are going to be duped now. Like, it was already bad. There's, it's like, I don't know if you've seen the video of the grandma who was watching footage of Grand Theft Auto 5 and thought she was watching the news and was like, losing her mind. It's that, but it's not just grandmas anymore, and it's all day long, not just when they were sitting on the couch in front of the TV. It's insane. I don't know. Yeah, AI and Meta ruined it. Straight up. There is a literal straight line from everything bad about society right to social media. See, that's what I'm so conflicted on it, because we're having this conversation and all because of social media and all of that. But it's just like, I don't know. There's also so much just garbage, and it's not just in like the apps themselves, but like it is that, but it's also just how people use them. It's insane. Yeah, the videos of people with their water pressure living like within a mile of a data center, uh, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. You got fooled by it too, Unc. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's happening every day. Evan, yes, we are cooked. Someone in my family fell for the one of the "your relative is in jail" phone scams when I was in college. Needless to say, I wasn't in jail and was very confused. That's the truth. Like, yeah, people are, yeah. if you, I don't know, is it ageist to say you gotta like, there needs to be some level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Monitoring, you know, screening calls, screening messages so they're not getting duped all the time. I don't consider the live streams or Twitch social media because it's not really planned or scripted. That's fair. I loop YouTube, or I lump YouTube into the whole social media conversation a lot. I used to use Instagram quite a bit though, and I used to enjoy Instagram quite a bit, and it was easy to keep in touch with people and like have ongoing conversations within like different communities, and it just feels like all of that has gotten just blown wide open, and there's just no organization to anything anymore. Everything is just, you're bombarded with so much extra stuff, you know what I mean, just to try and like foster that creative community or different relationships, you know. Weaver Valley Speedway had everyone fooled with the granny getting decked by a t-shirt. Dude, I thought she like jumped back out of like being startled, but no. Matt, I work in IT, and a lot of what we're doing is to help educate customers on how to spot phishing emails. Some of them have gotten so good that it takes us time to check logs and see it's fake. Yeah, it's usually I get a lot of BS, you know, sponsor, hey, we'll sponsor you for this, whatever. A lot of them that are like, it'll be some random one of them, which I've had a video sponsored by Logitech, but it was through their marketing agency. It wasn't like Logitech cold called me, you know. And I got an email, I don't know, a couple months ago where it was like, "Hey, this is so and so at Logitech." Like no specific title, no specific, you know, anything. Uh, and I'm like, yeah, it's it those type of things. It's clear when things are fake, but like that might not be obvious to some people. You know what I mean? Some people don't even check the email address that that's coming from. Like Brian at Logitech has an email that's like 26 characters of just all random numericals at, you know, hotmail.com. We need real life captchas. Just, yeah, if you can't tell this video is AI or this phone call is a scam, you can't be in position to make big decisions. Get that, put that up in Congress stat. We need to. I'm not even going to get into it. It's too late for that. It's 10 o'clock. If anyone has any final questions or anything you want to know or ask as we close out the stream for tonight, so I can get some sleep. Yeah, they're getting old in Congress. DC is getting pretty gray. So, I don't know. It's doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Jim, thank you for sending it in. I appreciate it. Tyler knows. Tyler knows I'm getting heated. Oh. It's an old people's world out there. Yes, it is. Dude, Mitch McConnell looks like Franklin the Turtle, and you can't change my mind. The video. when he video from today when he got up and just turned around to the camera and was like, hi. He doesn't know where he's at. What are we doing? God, this place. Oh, getting gray. Some of them have been gray since the 80s. Yeah, that's true. Steezy, thoughts on Braun Breaker turning on Seth? I did not see it coming. I thought that was like 6 months down the road. But supposedly it was decided due to injury, and they've got to pivot. But we'll see. Molly, my wife, is in the chat. Did you see where someone asked McConnell about ice and he just fell down? That's the video. He falls and then he gets up and it's just like, hi. Oh God. That's our government. We're in fantastic hands. I missed the Japan book, but do you think you would ever do a project abroad? Yeah, I mean, I would be, I don't know about like, if I don't have any ideas for a project abroad, but I would love to travel abroad and make photos abroad for sure. So sorry for breaking Matt. Dude, it's needed. It's that time. It's that time of the evening. Matt, you should do portfolio reviews on stream. I would consider that. I've like always, I don't know. I've talked about it a bunch before. We'll do that. We will do that. Send me an email if you ever want to send in stuff to be reviewed. And yeah, we'll figure something out. I have a whole thing about like I don't want people to just take only my advice or my thoughts or criticism because I'm not, I'm not the authority on all of that. But regardless, why not? So tell the man to get his damn passport. Yes, as my wife says, I still need to get my passport. Yeah, that needs to happen. There was another opportunity for international travel this year, and I had to pass. So I need to get the passport done as soon as possible. I wonder who Cena's last match will be with. Dom would be rad. I would be into that, but I don't know. What's up, Daniel? Yeah, okay. Yeah, well said, Matt. That's a good point. It would be cool to get feedback on work from the chat, too. I do like that better. The fact that it's not just me and that it can be more of a discussion. That's a good point. Kashif, that P.O. box is about to be full. P.O. box is about to be full. Are you sending something, Kashif? Passport is good for 7 years. Oh, right on. Okay. I need to do it and then get some traveling in. Forrest is in school now. Things will be a little bit, maybe, not necessarily easier, but especially when he was little. It was tough. If Cena ain't fighting Batista, I don't want to see it. Batista would break in half. Have you seen him lately? If he got in that ring? I just mean in general from everyone that will be sending you stuff. Oh, for sure. I got you. Yeah, I mean, I will check it maybe tomorrow, and then I'll check it again next week. I'll plan to Wednesday. I've got another like long out of town like all day shooting on Wednesday, but it's during the school day, so live stream won't be affected. Forrest is in preschool, so he's 3.5. This is his first year of preschool. That's why I'm able to start working again, like taking more photo jobs, but also picking up that new job. Because Monday through Thursday he's in school, which is crazy, but it's been great for him. It's been great for all of us, but just, being able to do things during the day, because having a 3-year-old is, if you know, you know. But yeah, he's loving it, and he has surgery coming up in less than 2 weeks. So he's having ear tubes put in, having his tonsils removed, and they're also just going to kind of inspect things and check things out and potentially do more, but we don't really know all the full plans yet. We got to really get in there and see first. So yeah, there have been like a number of factors that we've been looking into with one of the muscles, like in the back of his throat, that have just kind of like caused a couple of things. And so we're getting all that stuff kind of addressed and checked out and everything starting on the 24th. So send us all the good love on that one. We are Nora had her tonsils and adenoids removed, and but it's still just, when your kid is going through something like that and they're under anesthesia, and it just makes me sick thinking about it. So send us all the good vibes and love coming up here at the end of this month. But yeah, I'm sure he'll do great. And he's huge now. Yes. Holy cow, it seems like he was just born yesterday. Yes, it does, Daniel. Yes, it does. It's crazy. But on that note, I'm going to wrap this up because probably within the next couple hours, he's going to wake up and come looking for me anyway. So appreciate y'all hanging with me. If you have any questions, email me, matt@mattdayphoto.com. Otherwise, I will be back here next Wednesday night. We'll be back to the regular Wednesday night. Also, I will leave you with this. If anyone here, if you're a regular here in the chat, would you be available on stream if we did it 2 hours earlier than we normally do it? So we normally do it 9 p.m. Eastern. If we did it 7 p.m. Eastern, would that still be possible, doable for, everyone around? Think on that. Let me know in the chat or in the comments after this video, whatever. Still just trying to figure out the right timeline, and I'm starting to think earlier might work better, but I don't know. Maybe we'll mix it up. Maybe I don't know. We'll figure something out. But that's it for this week. Thank you all. Love you guys, and enjoy the rest of your week.